What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan, and I'm BMAX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are continuing our rules and errata update, our Q&As. We're focusing in on the starter decks, ST20, ST21, Hero of Hope, and Protector of Light, as well as the new linking rule Q&A. We got this one here. We're going to start off with the linking one before we go back to the starter decks, and we're going to be looking at what kind of things we need to know about linking, about the new starter decks, about the rules and the card rulings in those sets, and just continue on with our errata update, or rule and errata update like we usually do. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you miss a single minute of fun. All right, let's go with linking. Link. What does linking do? A link is a rule where a card with the link in the hand or battle area can link with one of your Digimon by paying the card's link cost and plugging it in sideways. The card plugged in sideways is the link card, and the Digimon with the link card is linked. One Digimon can have a maximum of one link card. So far you can only have one link card per Digimon. What is a link card? A card plugged in sideways upon a link. Okay. Is a link card a Digivolution card? No, it is not considered to be a Digivolution card. Is a link card considered to be a card in the battle area? No, it isn't considered to be a card in the battle area. When a Digimon with a link card is removed from the battle area, what happens to the link card? It is trashed at the same time as removal, so that card goes away. What is a linked card? A card that has a link card. So a linked card is lots of fun terminology. What is a link effect? An effect with the link icon. A linked Digimon gains any link effects on the plugged link card. What is link DP? The DP value shown for link. A linked Digimon gets the DP value of the plugged link card. What happens if a Digimon that has a link in the battle area is... What happens if a Digimon that has link in the battle area is linked and becomes a link card? It is considered to be removed from the battle area. If that Digimon has Digivolution cards or a link card, they are trashed at the same time as the link. So kind of like Digicross, if you have sources, they go away when you Digicross for another Digimon. What happens if a Digimon with a link card no longer meets its link card requirements when it Digivolves? Link card. If a Digimon no longer meets the link requirements, the link card is trashed upon the rule check timing. So basically, if you got to have the Appmon Trait. So if you go into something without the Appmon Trait, I would assume your link card would just fizzle, basically. What does App Fusion do? App Fusion is a rule where you can reveal a card with App Fusion. Then, according to the App Fusion requirements, place specified link card from one specified Digimon in the battle area on top of that Digimon and Digivolve it into the revealed card by paying the specified cost. If a card has App Fusion, Globemon and Cherismon cost 0, what Digimon with what link card can App Fuse? Basically both versions, having either one as the link card. Can I App Fuse a Digimon by using an effect such as P103 offense trainings effect that performs normal Digivolution? No, you can't. App Fusion by an effect can only be performed by the effects of that specifically perform App Fusion. Can only be performed by effects that specifically perform App Fusion. Plus it's 0 anyways, so that'd be dumb. Okay. Does a when blank would Digivolve effect trigger for Digivolution by App Fusion? Yes, it triggers. When a blank would Digivolve effect will trigger immediately after the card to Digivolve is revealed. After the effect activates, you perform the App Fusion procedure. What does progress do? There's also progress. We forgot about that. That's the new keyword with Medusamon. Progress is a keyword effect that reads, this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects while attacking. Digimon with progress isn't affected by your opponent's effects while attacking. So basically, it's the same thing. My Digimon with progress is attacking. Can that attack be ended by an effect that ends an attack? Yes. Such attacks can be ended. End that attack effects are effects that affect the player that made the attack declaration. They don't affect the attacking Digimon. Good to know. A Digimon with progress attacked a Digimon with retaliation, and only the Digimon with retaliation was deleted in battle. Can retaliation then be used to delete the attacking Digimon with progress? No, it can't be deleted. It's still considered to be attacking at the point when the attack and battle occurs. Therefore, progress prevents your opponent's effects from affecting that Digimon. Basically, it's deleted and the retaliation would take effect, but the battle still hasn't ended until all effects have been. So basically, you're safe. What does none of your blank Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects mean exactly? This effect prevents Digimon from being affected by effects. For example, your Digimon won't suspend if it is chosen for a suspend one of your opponent's Digimon effect, and its DP won't be reduced if it is chosen for a one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP effect. Yeah. So yeah, basically. Can a card that isn't affected by blank effects effect be chosen for an effect? Yes, it can be chosen, but you can't do anything. Can a card that has and isn't affected by effects be given effect? Yes, it can. It won't be affected by it, but it can be given an effect. However, if an effect such as security attack is given to a Digimon that isn't affected by effects, the Digimon won't be considered to have that effect. So yeah, basically you can't give it any effects. Your opponent can't give it any effects because it's only your opponent's effects that isn't affected by your opponent's effects. So your opponent's effects won't go through. I'm not sure why I guess they wouldn't get security minus, right? That's kind of the whole thing about that. But it can be given the effect, it just won't affect it during that attack. Same with what am I thinking of? If a card gains an effect, security minus and DP reduction, like he was saying. Okay, well, there we go. If a card is affected by an effect, then later gains and isn't affected by effect, what happens to the effect that was affecting it? As soon as it gains that isn't affected by effects effect, it will no longer be affected. Oh god, the wording they could so use to make this. So basically, yeah, you go into the attack and then anything that was hindering you, like minus DP, is no longer hindering you for that attack, basically. If a card isn't affected by effects, the isn't affected by blank effects effect, it gains an effect and then later loses the isn't affected by effects. What happens to the effect that it gained? It will be affected by the effect as soon as it can affect. It will be affected by the effect as soon as it can be affected by effects. Basically, yeah, it gains it. You're protected during the battle phase, so it could go off later after your guy leaves or after you end the battle. Basically, a card that has an isn't affected by effects effect was given an effect that triggers at a timing such as when attacking. Will the effect trigger if that card later meets the trigger conditions. No, it doesn't trigger. If an effect is given to a Digimon that isn't affected by effects, it won't trigger. So it has to trigger at the time. It can't trigger later. So you can give, if you can give the guy the effect, it'll stick with them, even if it isn't affected for a certain period of time. And that's kind of similar to the rulings on Gallimon X Antibody. But progress, kind of cool keyword. We got link plus X. What? That's the last thing. What does link plus X do? Is a keyword that reads add X to this Digimon's maximum links. Okay, that allows you to have more links. If a Digimon already has a link card and then links again with a second card using link plus 1, how is that card plugged in? It is plugged in below the existing link card. Makes sense. What happens if a Digimon has 2 link cards through link plus 1 and then loses link plus 1 and its maximum links return to 1? Upon the rule check timing, trash the Digimon's link cards until it has 1 link left. So you probably have to do the bottom one. The other thing too is that source stripping probably can't strip links because they're not Digivolution sources. So that's kind of actually pretty cool. Like it's something that just like says screw you to blue. But that is the link X rule. And then we still do have the starter decks to go to, but I don't want the video to run too long. So I think what we'll do is we will continue back with ST20 and 21 in another video, guys. Just that way, because I didn't realize there was going to be so much rule stuff for the new link and progress keywords. So we're going to go through, and that'll be the video for today. But thank you guys for checking it out. What do you guys think about all this? What do you think about the new keywords, progress, link? Are you excited for links? Are you excited for Medusamon? I'm excited for Medusamon. I'm not sure about the link stuff yet, but somebody will find some way to break it. They always do. But let me know what your guys' thoughts down below. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.